All right, y'all. Let's try this again. Yeah. Sorry about this, guys. Steffi is over here tripping, or I'm tripping because I'm cartoon Steffi right now. So in this video, we are going to talk about Genie Make a Wish, which was boring as hell. Or I didn't finish it, but.
Korean dramas and other Asian dramas too. K-drama for your mama, you know it's true. Thai, Chinese, and Japan too. Hey, Lil Oma, no, but it's all for you.
Okay, you guys, I know I've been all over TikTok and my YouTube shorts, sorta talking smack about this K-drama, this Netflix Korean drama. And, yeah. So, depending on how far I go, that little black genie is me, and you will be seeing her in these videos, like now, with these bundles. I'll talk about that later. Okay? Back to me, and, so, I've struggled through episodes 1 and 2 of this Korean drama on Netflix, and I must say that I am struggling. Episode 1 wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Episode 2 was just freaking crazy, but boring. Hey, so welcome back to K-Drama for Your Mama. I know that I said I've been feeling burnt out and all that jazz in my last video, which is true. You know what? I didn't check the sound, y'all. Give me 1 second. Yeah, like I said, I didn't check the sound. That was like too much echo. Anyway, sorry about that. Like I said, I was feeling burnt out. I guess I feel like making videos tonight, and that's what I'm going to do. And yeah. So, let's get what you came here for, what you saw in the thumbnail. This Genie show. This Korean Genie Make a Wish. Genie Make a Wish. I like to nickname it Genie Make a Weave, just because there's a scene here that I'm going to show you, and this man has, I guess this is supposed to be 938 years worth of hair growth, and yeah, and all I was thinking to myself was, wow, that's a lot of bundles. And it's extra funny because this genie is physically looking, wherever this genie is from, or where genies come from, this genie is ethnically Korean. And I live here in America, in Biguk, and if you know, then you know that a lot most of the beauty supply stores are generally owned by Korean Americans, what have you. And so that's what makes this like really funny. So you might hear me just call it Genie Make a Weave here and there throughout this video. Ignore me, I'm just being ridiculous. Anyways, but yeah, this scene is ridiculous. The hair is like, this 938 year hair growth is like, I don't know, 3 miles or something, stretching all over her hotel room. This is crazy. But seriously, that's where mine went. I was like, that's a lot of bundles. It's a lot of bundles. Anyway, sorry.
Just on Jesus Lamar, mother right.
But anyways, I'm sorry. Let's move on. Anyway, so I watched all of episode 1. I couldn't believe it. The first time I tried to watch it, I was so bored. And I said that in one of my TikToks or YouTube shorts. I was like, struggling. Like, after 10 minutes, I don't even know if I made it to 10 minutes, y'all. I was like, bored. I was bored. Somehow I waited almost 2 weeks later to try to attempt to watch episode 1 again. And yeah, I got through the first episode. Now, basically what this show is about, if you don't know, is, it's hard to describe this girl. This young girl who lives with her grandmother. She's being raised by her grandmother because her mother abandoned her at, I don't know what the age was, maybe 6 or something, and left in a rural part of South Korea and went to live in, I guess, Seoul with this man and raise a new family, and just left her with the grandmother. And the mom is living her best life for her new family. This family looks like they have some money. And I'm not sure why she just abandoned the girl. Because I'm only 2 episodes in. So, anyways, but she grows up like resentful and hateful, kind of sociopathic in a way. She can't be too much like that because she does love her grandmother. But anyway, and she does some kind of high-end purse wheeling and dealing that takes her around the world, because the show starts, it starts out in a rural area, whatever, and they show you the background of the mom abandoning her and all that jazz. But then you see her leave on an international trip, and she goes to Dubai. And in Dubai, she's doing this tourist thing in the sand dunes or whatever. Or maybe they're doing camel riding or something. I think that's what they were supposed to do. And out there taking pictures, and she falls onto this lamp and rubs it by accident, and then you have the whole genie thing starting out. I must say, Kim Woo-bin looks, I think I like the long hair on him, actually. I think I like it better than the short hair, to be honest. But I'm not a big fan of his. I don't dislike him. I'm more neutral, but I'm just not crazy about him. So that was one thing that almost really kept me from watching it. But it's this poster. This thing looks very alluring and intriguing. So even though it has Kim Woo-bin in it, or Kimberly Benson, I'm just kidding. That's what, when I said his name and I did the subtitles, or I had the subtitles done for me with AI, it came out Kimberly Benson. Let's call him Kimberly Benson. I'm just kidding. So this long hair and the look and all that, and the poster itself is very alluring. It makes you kind of curious, even though I know it's him and I'm not a fan. So anyways, this genie, this character is very obnoxious. But I mean, anytime I've seen genies in films or shows or anything, they usually are obnoxious, male or female. Just think about I Dream of Genie. She was pretty obnoxious. You know that blue genie from Aladdin, whether it's actually, you know what? I haven't seen the Will Smith version. So I'm thinking the Robin Williams version. You know how obnoxious that damn genie was. Oh my God. But anyway, yeah, they're usually obnoxious, okay? And a little evil. But yeah, this genie is evil. This dude is evil. Or he claims to be anyway. Some of the stuff he threatens her with. And I'm not going to tell you everything. I'm just giving you a little recap of it. He also chokes her out in this film. No, slow back. This is a genie, and we know this is a genie. So this is not like an abusive relationship thing, because they're not in a relationship. This is just a genie being a genie. But like, yeah, he's just choking her out. He kind of like drops her from like 50 feet, or what? 50 feet, sorry, 50 stories, because they're in Dubai. the top of a helicopter pad. But anyway, there's the whole genie thing. Hey, you got 3 wishes. He has rules about, what you can't ask for. Oh, I can't remember. It's really quick to when he breaks down these rules. So pay attention if you decide to watch this. She is like unaffected by it. I think she realizes it's a real genie, but just it doesn't faze her. Like I said, she's a sociopath. She's kind of dead inside. I guess that whole abandonment thing from her mom just turned her into this crazy little woman. So he doesn't understand her and why she's like that. And at times, this first episode, she offends him. Like, he threatens her, like, if you ever do that again, I will vanish everyone from this world and make you feel their pain and all this kind of stuff he says to her. This is while he's choking her out, or just before he chokes her out. So the first episode, once I got past that first 10 minutes, it kind of kept me. It was sort of interesting, and I didn't fall asleep. I wasn't messing around on my phone while watching it or paying attention to anything else, so I was able to give it my full attention. And I thought, okay, I pushed to the first episode. It wasn't that bad. And I got little kicks of entertainment, a little humor out of it, especially with the Rapunzel 2-3 mile hair length. And then where my mind went with that. But, yeah. It was okay. Okay, episode 1. Now, episode 2.
Shut up!
What?
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I zoned out here and there with episode 2. I couldn't even tell you what happened. Oh, so she goes back. She leaves Dubai, and she goes back to Korea. She gets on a flight. I don't think she realized that Aladdin, or whatever the hell his name is. Oh, he names himself later. I can't even remember what the name is. Korean Aladdin sits there and he's with her. She doesn't know it on her, international flight in her first business class or first class little cubby. She was walking by it after she uses the lab. She sees him eating a meal, an airplane meal, and she's like, "What the hell?" He was like, "Oh,
Honey, you didn't make your 3 wishes. So, until you complete those wishes, I will be with you." Now,
claims to she's some kind of reincarnation of someone from his past. That went over my head. I can't remember who she's supposed to be, but he swears that's who she is, and he knew her 938 years ago, and she hasn't changed one bit. I'm just kidding. I'm not sure what that was about, who she was in a past life. But anywho, they go to Korea. She takes him to rural South Korea, wherever this is supposed to be, somewhere in the boonies. Now, this, when you see where her grandmother's house is and all that, it is really pretty and stuff like that. It's gorgeous. The green, whatever, nature. It looks boring, but beautiful. So, let me just step back to episode 1. In episode 1, when she's walking around Dubai doing things in public and she's having conversations with him, she doesn't realize that this man is invisible to everyone else. This Aladdin, this genie, is invisible to everyone else. So she looks like a complete nutcase walking around talking to herself. But that's in episode 1. Okay. So now in episode 2, they're in Korea. They're at the farm where her Amani's at, her grandmother and her grandmother's friends. And she's talking to them, saying, "I'm back," yada, yada, yada. And they're like, "Who's that with you? Who's this lanky dude?" or whatever. And she was like, "You can see him?" They were like, "Yeah, you got a new man." And then these ladies, these Ajumas are sitting there making jokes about them having babies and all kinds of crazy stuff. So he can make himself appear and disappear whenever he feels like. All right. So no, she lays down the rules for him while he's going to be with her there in Korea. She can't talk to the Amani, can't talk to the grandmothers. He can't go out in town. He can't do all this crap, whatever. So, of course, he's going to break those rules and does what he wants. And he has this assistant that goes back and forth. He's a shapeshifter. So, he's human some of the time, and then the other time, he's this Black Panther. I don't know why, but that's what he is. So somehow the Black Panther must have caught a flight and got himself to Korea. And you see them, I don't know what this genie's trying to do, but they're in this web cafe. That's what I call them. I don't know what the hell they call them over there, but where people go there, play video games, get on the internet, whatever. And it's like that. And you get snacks and all this stuff. I've seen these things, okay? I'm not for sure what they're trying to do. His little shape-shifting Korean Black Panther friend is there with him. Like I said, I was in and out with episode 2. I don't know what the hell was really going on. I know it was a point in episode 2 where him and her are talking, and all of a sudden he sets a small business on fire. For what? Why he does this? I do not know, but he does. And at some point she starts beating him up with a metal pole. Like, he's a genie. How is she beating you up with a metal pole? And you're in pain. Like, he can't stop this. But anyways, I honestly, episode 2 was weird. That's just weird. I really didn't know what the hell was going on. I really didn't. Now, when I've been reading online about this show, there's a few people in my TikTok where I dissed it, where I was like, hey, I couldn't even get through 10 minutes of this. I was just bored and I turned it off. They were like, oh, you just gotta wait. A few people said, you
just gotta wait to episode 3. That's when it picks up. That's when things start making sense. That's when it starts, I don't know, coming alive.
Or whatever. So I'm holding out for episode 3. Hopefully I'm gonna watch it tonight. But we shall see. You know, I'm really pushing through this show, this Korean drama, because like I said before, these 3 right here, they're in it, and I want to see them. So that I had to at least hold on to episode 5 and 6. This dude plays the Angel of Death or something like that, the Hot Angel of Death. So I'm hoping he comes around in 5 and 6, or whenever he appears. Why is there an Angel of Death? Well, I mean, there's a genie and a Black Panther that shapeshifts. So why not an Angel of Death? I don't know. Call me crazy. But we'll see how this goes. I'm just not... I don't know how I feel about this. Episode 1, I'll give episode 1 a 3 out of 5 stars. Episode 2, 1.5 stars. Episode 2 to me was a freaking mess. It really was. It really was. And that's all I have to say about it. Like I said, you guys, I've been struggling with making videos because I've been feeling burnt out. I'm gonna try, like I said, to watch episode 3. We see how that goes. We will see how that goes. And I will see you later. Peace.
Korean dramas and other Asian dramas, true Kdrama for your mama, you know it's true. Chinese and Japan too. Hey little mama, you know but it's all for you.